What is up, guys? Welcome to today's video. Thank you for tuning in, and we hope you enjoy. So we kick off this video with some feedback on the previous video, the clash between Manchester City and Chelsea at the Etihad. It ended as expected with City winning. It wasn't a very heavy scoreline as expected, but it was a decent performance from City. It could have been a lot worse, obviously. A lot of people are arguing that City fielded their B team, which is something that I feel is pretty disrespectful to the City players that were out there. You still had guys like Alvarez running riot. I think Mahrez was in there as well. So it wasn't exactly a B team per se, but it was a City team that probably wouldn't have started if the match had any repercussion on their title charge. So I think they performed as best as could be expected, but also remember, a lot of those City players were out celebrating the night before after being crowned Premier League champions following Arsenal's defeat. So they were probably tired, they were probably groggy, feeling all of the after effects of a hectic night out, and yeah, they put in a decent performance against Chelsea and got a result. So well done to City there. Okay, on to today's video. So obviously, being the home team, we start off with Manchester United. And Manchester United host Chelsea tonight at Old Trafford, and United are currently on a record, I think it's 3 wins and 2 losses, so it's weird to be a Man United fan right now. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're okay, sometimes they're bad. It's really inconsistent, but there's hope. Will this team challenge for the title next season? I don't think so, not as they are right now. Maybe with 1 or 2 additions, but not as they are right now. Now, anyway, back on the topic. In their last match, United travelled to the Vitality Stadium and they defeated Bournemouth 1-0, courtesy of an 11th minute goal from Casemiro. Now, it was a weird one. He controls it with his chest because the ball is in the air, and then he sort of scissors kicks it into the top of the net. It was from close range, so I wouldn't call it like a fantastic goal. Obviously, the technique to get a shot off from that is not exactly easy, so well done to Casemiro and well done to United. A 1-0 win is still a 1-0 win. So despite the fact that obviously United could have been expected to have improved that lead and they didn't, 3 points is 3 points. So well done to United on getting that. Now tonight, I think the players to watch will definitely be Casemiro again. Casemiro has come into the United squad and just provided all of that solidity and security that United have been sorely lacking for the last few seasons. And it's not just that, he adds grit to the team as well. For years, United was known as the team that would fight from being 1-0 down or 2-0 down to getting a result, even in injury time. And they just sort of lost that. But with Casemiro, you have somebody who continues fighting until the dying minutes. So I think he's definitely somebody to watch. And then Bruno Fernandes. So Casemiro coming in has sort of allowed Bruno Fernandes to play his more natural position. So it's given him the freedom and the opportunity to just go out wide if he feels he needs to go wide, go through the middle, just dictate play as he sees fit. And I think somebody like Bruno Fernandes needs that kind of freedom because they perform at their best then. And then finally, I think the last player to watch for Man United is Marcus Rashford. Rashford is currently United's leading goal scorer, and for good reason. He's quick, he's precise, he's everything that you need to be a successful striker in the Premier League. I think with Rashford, what's been a bit difficult this season is the injuries and a little bit inconsistent, but I expect him to be very, very important in tonight's match. Chelsea find themselves back in Manchester again tonight, following that 1-0 loss to Manchester City last week. But that's to be expected of Chelsea this season. Super inconsistent and just overall bad and poor performances. Chelsea's last 5 have ended in 3 losses, 1 win and a draw. And that match against City obviously being one of those losses. Early on in the first half, I think it was the 11th minute, Julian Alvarez was played in one-on-one with the keeper, and he was never gonna miss from that range. I think that's kind of what we expect of Chelsea these days. They're not good, they're not decisive. It's just more of a team of 11 players, and not United as a team. Everybody's out there just trying to do the best that they can in the moment, as opposed to thinking of doing the best that they can collectively. So what's happening is everybody's just playing for themselves, and they're not playing to win, they're just playing to make sure they don't look bad. And they are looking very, very bad. It's as if nobody wants to take responsibility in the Chelsea squad, and that needs to change as soon as possible. But again, it's a squad that's had multiple managers this season, so there isn't really an identity about them. There isn't somebody leading them from behind the lines, or behind the curtain, who knows exactly what they want for the squad. No disrespect to Frank Lampard, it's just you don't have it, mate. Somebody I think is going to be crucial for Chelsea is Raheem Sterling. So Sterling's being played on the wing more often now, as opposed to being played as a central striker by Lampard, and it's working out a lot better for him. Before this match against Man City, I think Sterling got 2 goals against Nottingham Forest, so that was decent as well. But it just goes to show it's sort of given Sterling more freedom to operate in a position where he's more comfortable. Another player to watch is obviously Kai Havertz. Havertz is Chelsea's leading scorer this season, which is not saying a lot, because it's not exactly like Havertz is a prolific goal scorer. But it just goes to show how poor Chelsea have been. I think Havertz is even in the single digits in terms of his goal output, and really that just speaks volumes about Chelsea this season. But I expect him to play an important role if Chelsea are to get anything out of this one. And finally, I think the last Chelsea player to look at is Enzo Fernandez. Fernandez was brought in to sort of bring stability to that midfield, but also creativity based on his performances for Argentina in the World Cup. I think a lot of people think it was a premature transfer for him, because it still hasn't worked out for him at Chelsea. But I think if ever there was a time for Enzo Fernandez to shine, this is the stage. It is Old Trafford, and you guys definitely need points right now. So good luck to you, bro. Okay, and now time for the S3M2 verdict. Well, this one is a complicated fixture. The last 5 fixtures between Man United and Chelsea have ended in draws. The last 3 were 1-1 draws, and then the 2 before that were 0-0 draws. So it's not exactly a fixture that is brimming with excitement lately. Gone are the days of Didier Drogba and Wayne Rooney, where there was flashes of brilliance and goals in final minutes, and Alex Ferguson having a war of words with Jose Mourinho after the match. No, this one is more tame, but in the previous match, I think it was January 2022, Jorginho opened the scoring in the 87th minute. Chelsea were awarded a penalty following a scuffle in the box. I think it was McTominay. And Jorginho steps up and puts the ball away clinically. And at that point, Chelsea probably thought they had sealed up all 3 points because they needed it. They still need it. But in the 4th minute of injury time, Casemiro stepped up for United, got a header. The ball bounces, hits the goalpost, appears to go in, and then the keeper just scrambles on top of it. But VAR confirmed that the ball did in fact cross the line, and the goal was awarded. So it ended as a 1-1 draw, and United would be happy to get that, because, like I said in the breakdown for United, Casemiro is the kind of player who you need to step up in gritty moments like that. What do I think is going to happen in this one? Well, honestly, I think there's going to be a result this time. I think a draw is just not on the table here, simply because Chelsea have been so bad and United have been so competent at times and then just brilliant at other times. I think this is going to be one of those times where United take advantage. They need to wrap up top spots, or the top fourth spot, as soon as possible. So United will be looking to end this one decisively. I'm thinking probably a 2-0 to United. I don't see Chelsea scoring. I think it is very likely that, because De Gea has just won the Golden Glove as well for the most clean sheets so far this season, I think he's gonna walk away with it, and United are gonna go home, or stay home with all 3 points. I don't see Chelsea getting anything out of it. I'm hoping they perform better, but I don't think they have it in them right now to get anything at Old Trafford. Once again, guys, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe, comment down below if there's anything that you would like to say, and let's hope that we have a good match here. Thank you, and stay safe.